Hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing some work on my Fukien tea. It's grown out quite a bit since the last time we trimmed it back, and it's really starting to get in the way of my other trees up on my shelf here. So I'm going to be cutting it back today. We'll be taking off some of the larger leaves on the tree so that we can have a little bit of a better look at our branch structure. And after doing that, I can kind of better select what I'm going to be cutting off and what I'm possibly going to be keeping. Okay, so we'll start down near the base of our trunk here. Just by removing some unwanted growth and leaves. And I'm just going to go around the tree here and just take a lot of the larger leaves off and just leave our smaller ones. There we go. And while I am doing this, I always try and leave at least three smaller leaves on my, I guess you can call them pads. So here's a pad here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to look at the rest of these pads down here, and I'm going to take the larger, older leaves off of the pads in here and on the other side of the tree. And they'll kind of look like this one here when I'm done. Now I'm going to show you guys one thing here. We have some growth that's up on top of this branch that you can see here. If I lift up a couple of the leaves, you could see it there up on top. So we're just going to come in and cut a good part of that off. There we are. And I was going to leave the other half of it. It's almost coming out near the... it's almost too much to the top. I don't think I really like that, so we're just going to cut that right off. It kind of looks funny growing just about straight up out of that horizontal branch. There, that's going to look better. It looks a little bit more bald right now, but it will look better in the future. Maybe we'll get some more growth happening near the center of our branch here. Boy, some of these leaves got quite large since the last time I pruned this back. Now I gotta come in here and lift the branches up and start doing the operation under here. Okay, now the one thing I know for sure, we're looking at the front of the tree here. I definitely don't want anything more growing back here. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these off right now because I already know that I don't want anything else growing out here. As a matter of fact, I'm still in question on whether I want this branch on here or not. Really, right now, I'm still getting the roots organized on this little tree. It does have a flat root base. However, the roots all come out mainly on this side of the tree and on the other side of the tree, just in two sections. So I'm in the middle of trying to get a nice radial root base going on. So I'm not really overly concerned with the top of the tree right now. Once I get a better root base going on here, I'll, I can start putting more attention into the top of my tree. Until that time, it's not hurting anything by having that branch on there. And I certainly don't want the tree any bigger than what it is, any taller than what it is now. This is the height that I want it. So another one we're going to take off right away is this one right here. We definitely don't want those up there. And then the same thing, I'm just going to come to this pad here and thin it out. Okay, so we got the end of that pretty good. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the tree here now. Here's an example where actually I'm going to take some smaller leaves off, because you can see here they're growing straight up off of our branch here, so we want to remove those. And you can see there it's already looking better. Okay, things are starting to look a little bit more tidied up. Okay, so I have a lot of the growth removed that I want to remove for now, so that we can look at a lot of the new growth that has come onto the tree. Well, it looks like fall time, but without all the colors. Okay, so what I got to do now is get right underneath my tree and take a look up inside. Of course, we're starting with the front. I'm looking up inside, and like I said before, there are some corrections that I want to make, but until my root system is better than what it was a year ago, at least when I planted this, I don't really want to be doing anything drastic right now, because a lot of growth up here too will help feed the roots. And keep them strong. Well, the first thing is, we have a lot of growth coming out to the front of our tree here, and I'm going to be removing a lot of this. At least we're going to bring it back. I'm not going to take it right back to the old growth. We'll bring it back fairly close, and then we'll have another look. Yeah, so I've got about maybe an inch and a half that I've left on the new growth. We got some growth coming out here at the side. That's going to go back the other way that the tree is growing. I'm not too sure if I want that, but we're going to let it grow out that way and just see how it looks. Now my next one is underneath. I'm just going to get rid of that completely. And another one coming out here, I'm going to do about the same thing. I'm just going to cut back here until I have a... Here we go. We have a leaf here that's facing outward, kind of off to the side. Let's get rid of this leaf here for now. This one we're going to take back to here. Well, maybe we'll come out here. It's kind of got some better growth off the side of the branch. And we come down a little bit lower than our apex. I'm going to take it back right inside here. We got a couple more, and I'm going to take that one back to here. My table's a little wobbly. Actually, I'm going to take this back just a little bit further. Let's see this from the front. Yeah, I don't think so. Not that top one here. I think we're going to take it right back. Take this one back a bit more. There we go. That's a little bit better. And I'm going to leave these on here for now and just see what comes about of these ones here. And as far as the ones coming off the end here, I just, I don't really want that tree extending any further than what it is now. I'm going to come in here and leave about an inch. I'll just leave a little bit of the new growth on that. Let's see what comes off the end there. Maybe I'll get something that'll go out towards the back or come to the front a little bit. We'll come around to the back. And there again, I really don't want the tree growing any taller than what it is now. What I might do is I'll leave this one a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the remaining leaves that I don't want on there. Okay, another thing that I see that we got going on. You can see here it's really thinned out. So I can really see a lot of what's going on now. There's some growth right underneath the main trunk here that we're going to get rid of. Also this branch right over here, you can see we have some growth that's coming out directly underneath here that we're going to get rid of. Okay. Well, that looks better. And here's another one here. Okay, so I think all of our work is done. I'm gonna do some cleanup here. There's certainly a lot there that just come off this small little tree. So we'll get this cleaned up and then we'll have a bit of a look at it. Okay, so here it is. Pretty much all done. I see a couple of changes that I still want to do. The one is I'm going to take off this one here that faces into the center of the tree. And over here there's also a branch that I could take off. You can see here as the main trunk comes up, we got this one kind of growing up on top of the trunk and not off to the side. So at a later date I'm going to be removing this too. Well, there's a number of changes that I would like to make with this tree, but I think I don't want to remove too much growth, because I got to keep remembering that as much as I would like to start to develop the canopy, I really got to leave as much as I can on within reason, because I want to get this root system right. So I got to have some patience with the top here. Well, let's take a look at the top. You can see our new growth here that I left on. Down there at the bottom. One over here. And we'll see what we can develop now. Little by little. Well, that's not looking too bad. I left enough leaves on there that it still looks decent. The other leaves will grow back on there very fast. And we'll surely get some more new growth. Well, guys, that's it for today. Have a great day.